Lots of big changes are happening, and suddenly families who never dreamed they would homeschool are rethinking their plans. It's a big change with lots of questions and lots of unknowns. So I'd like to help answer some of those questions and point parents in the right directions. Families may choose to homeschool for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's academic. Studies show that students who are taught at home score higher on a variety of tests, including college entrance exams. Often it's social. Many families are bringing their kids home because of the negative social impact of traditional schools. Homeschooled students take part in as many, if not more, extracurricular activities as their traditional school counterparts. Opportunities for activities abound. Sometimes it's religious. Families are feeling that their faith is unwelcome in public school settings and find many teachings contrary to their convictions. And especially right now, often it's political. Many families don't approve of directions that the government is going and how those choices are influencing schools and students. In California, we have 4 different homeschool options. Under the publicly funded umbrella, we can use charter schools. Under privately funded, we can hire a tutor, use a PSP, or form a single-family private school. So we may want to start by considering the purpose of education. These are some, I'm sure you can think of more. Academic excellence, training and strengthening of natural talents, to get a job, develop proper manners and moral character, to know and serve the Lord. And we may want to think about our family's philosophy of education. What's most important to us? What are our family's specific goals and purposes? And if we're thinking about legally forming a single-family private school, meaning privately/independently homeschool, why choose that path? Many look at models like these as they're deciding. Historically and scripturally, education looked different than it does today. Is that something that matters to you? So, if we choose to go this route, what do we need to know? Can you actually do this? Yes, you can. So many parents have gone before us to make homeschooling an option in California. These groups were formed by those foundational pioneers: HSLDA, CHIA, Family Protection Ministries, and SCOPE. The Homeschool Legal Defense Association is legal coverage for your private homeschool. They have a full-time attorney staff. They're experts in home education law. They provide 24/7 legal advice for your homeschool. And they have 30 plus years of defending home education. They also provide information on preschool, high school, special needs, and more. They have a used curriculum marketplace and a bi-monthly magazine. Join HSLDA if you're going to privately homeschool before you begin, before withdrawing from school, and before receiving any type of legal challenge. The Christian Home Educators Association has been uniting the voices of home educators across the state for over 35 years. They provide support for home educators through a directory of California support groups, homeschool materials, and help and encouragement through e-news, a digital magazine, conventions, phone support, leadership training, awards, and scholarships. Family Protection Ministries defend parental rights, track and analyze state legislation, alerts, and updates. They monitor state home education laws. They're in our Capitol regularly, talking to our legislators and lobbying for our rights. And they've provided support for home education since the beginning. The Sacramento Christian Organization of Parent Educators, they provided many of these slides for us, so thank you for that, Scope. Their purpose is to support and encourage one another in our shared conviction to privately and independently educate our children at home. They have biblically based leadership. They help families look to the Lord for support. They're open to all private home educators. They are a parent volunteer organization. They provide resources through a newsletter, online community, library, workshops, conference, and testing. And they provide opportunities for fellowship through chat groups, events, field trips, and high school support. The benefits of privately or independently homeschooling are the freedom to choose curriculum and course of study, the freedom to choose your own schedule, whether that means schooling 4 days a week, going through the summer, taking a month off to vacation, just whatever the different things are that are going on in your family's life, you have the freedom to schedule around those things. You're free from state health requirements, and parents are the ultimate authority. The downsides are that parents are also responsible for all costs, and parents may want more help with direction, answers, and/or accountability. A huge variety of classes, sports programs, parent cooperative programs, and support and activity groups are available. The same vendors that are available to charter students are also available to private homeschoolers. When we choose to privately home educate, there are some things we're supposed to do. We're supposed to file a private school affidavit to create our single-family private school. This can be done online and is typically done in the fall. Keep a copy of this for your files. We are to keep a basic attendance record for each student. We are to keep a copy of the course of study or scope and sequence for each student. This helps to give us direction and keeps a record of what curriculum we're using. On my last slide, there's a link to a site that's helpful in figuring out your scope and sequence. We are to keep a basic record of our faculty teacher qualifications. This just means write down that mom or dad is the teacher and that person's education and any additional trainings. It's just a record. Don't stress about what you're writing down or feel like you're not qualified. If you're a parent, you're qualified. And lastly, we are to keep or have access to our children's health records. As private home educators, we are not required, at least for now, to have our children up to date on vaccinations. Another option is a PSP, or a private school program. These used to be called umbrella schools because they provide an extra covering. They take care of the legalities for you and keep cumulative files of your children's work, your affidavits, your immunization records, report cards, etc. They provide some accountability. They offer other services like driver's ed, transcripts, testing, work permits, diplomas, and IEPs, and they still leave the parents in charge. You also have the option of hiring a tutor, who would be a credentialed teacher that instructs your student. What about special needs students? HSLDA Struggling Learner e-Zine is one resource, and they also provide support. PSPs offer IEP assistance. Public schools offer resources to private school students. And you're not alone. Connect with other families that are also walking this path. How to get started. Join HSLDA, ask them for help when needed, and explore their website for great information. Connect with people who've gone before for support, answers, and encouragement. This can be a physical or online support group, or a Scoop chat group, a co-op learning group, or classes and opportunities around town. Be ready for change and have lots of grace with yourself and with your child. Withdraw your child from school and remember that life is school. Grocery store trips, field trips, playing at the park, learning how to deal with tough life events are all valuable and valid learning experiences. Adopt a life is school attitude and help your kids learn to love to learn. What if we want to choose a charter school program? Charters provide a credentialed teacher who works hand in hand with parents to learn about and choose curriculum, orders the approved curriculum, answers any questions or concerns along the way, looks over schoolwork regularly, and provides accountability. Charters also provide funds for curriculum and classes, information about approved vendors who provide classes and extracurricular options, testing, diplomas and ceremonies. Sometimes they have on-site classes, and they provide access to IEP services. The downsides: religious curriculum is not covered and doesn't count toward requirements. Parents may find the check-ins and testing intrusive. For on-site classes or programs, health requirements are mandated. To get started with the charter school option, research. Talk with other parents to get input. Once you choose a charter, they'll help you withdraw your student from school and will walk you through what to do next. You do not need to join HSLDA, as you'll be legally covered under the charter. Whatever choice you make, remember what's important to your family. And remember that not all learning falls under traditional school subjects. Other focuses are every bit as important, and sometimes more important. Spiritual growth, character training, family teamwork, organization, experiences, discipline, thinking skills, and life skills. Prepare for new routines. Start slowly. Be patient with yourself and with your children. Keep a long-term perspective. Plan some fun. Participate in parent training and support opportunities. Enjoy your homeschool journey, friends. There are lots of support groups, programs, and co-ops out there. None of us have to do this alone.